Howdy folks, Dr. Ed here with Total Body Healthcare, and I've got your Whiteboard Wednesday thought of the week. Ugh, traffic. We've all been there actually, right? Nashville traffic is pretty famous for being a little rough. Lived in Atlanta for 5 years. Traffic down there is horrible as well. It seems that just about everywhere you go, there's going to be traffic problems. I even experienced a little bit of it this morning. Normally, my commute in the morning is pretty smooth. I've got about a 15-minute commute. I know I'm blessed that way. Actually get to drive through a couple of areas that have farms and see some wildlife and that kind of stuff. So it's an enjoyable commute for me. But today I came up on a backup in traffic. There was one car actually coming opposite us that was flashing their light. So I knew something was up there. Kind of come around the bend and I see the backup in front of me, come to a stop. And as I'm coming to a stop, several of the cars up in front of me are actually doing U-turns and coming back. And turns out what it was, I was on a two-lane road and it had an intersection with a stoplight with another two-lane road. And it's a fairly busy area. There was a car accident blocking the intersection. I could finally get up there and see the police officers and the tow truck drivers working to clear the accident. And even once they did clear the accident, it was still several light cycles before I was actually able to pass through and get through the intersection and head on in here into work. Why do I bring that up? Well, I thought it was actually a pretty good analogy of what happens when folks come into the office here. You see, they come into the office because their health, if you will, has been in an accident. There was a fender bender, some sort of blockage to their health, and their health stopped flowing, if you will. Kind of like the traffic did today that I experienced. Well, then as we begin cleaning up the mess from that accident, it still is several light cycles, if you will, before their health is flowing again. My point in bringing that up is healing is a process. You don't lose your health overnight. You don't regain it overnight either. That's one of the big frustrations that I have to encourage folks with when they do come in the office is we lead busy lives. We've got to get stuff done. And if we are unhealthy, if we're sick, if we're experiencing symptoms, it's kind of hard to get those things done. But the way that God designed our body to work, and this goes for all of us, whether it's a little kid beginning care with me or a senior citizen, all of us, the health process, the restoration of health is still a process that takes time. So a little bit of encouragement for you there on Whiteboard Wednesday. Yeah, we all got to deal with traffic, but we all have to deal with the time process of our health being restored as well. I'm Dr. Ed with Total Body Healthcare. There's your Whiteboard Wednesday thought of the week.